What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Goose and welcome to the video. This video is going to be showing you guys some more 2K20 news that I've found and that's been released. So basically the format of this video is going to be, I'm going to show you guys a clip from Ronnie 2K's stream, and then I'll just talk to you guys about it and what I think it means. He was streaming with Shakedown on, I think it was like on caffeine.tv or something the other day, and he leaked a lot of stuff and gave out a lot of information. So yeah, I'd say without further ado, let's get into it, and here is the first clip.
6 weeks, usually my career's usually middle of August, Neighborhood Park is end of August, my team's somewhere, somewhere in the middle. It just kind of depends.
So as you can see from that, it's not much of a leak, but it's basically just saying that when the my career leaks are going to be coming, usually mid to late August. So you can expect, the park trailer, whatever, the demo, whatever, because the demo is coming out a week earlier this year. It's coming out the 21st. So we'd assume that the park trailer would come out before that. Last year, I think it was like the 28th maybe, or it was before the prelude. So yeah, something like that. So it's just something I don't want to add in. And yeah, here's the next clip.
Like during the events when we played like Ruffles, or when we used to play Top Dog, we would have a bunch of other games going on in the background. Is there something you can speak on to that? Was there any improvements to, the games that's going on in the background? Sometimes used to make me believe, because people believe that there's other people delaying games on purpose.
Yeah.
And oh, my man Prodigy's here. He's in my party right now, so he can hear me. He made it in here.
Oh, he got into the park? Lucky him.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how he got in here.
Talk to me.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on the events in terms of the background games? Are there going to be competitive games going on in the background again, or is it going to be like an environment similar to 2K18 where Ruffles was held like in its own personal 3v3 with a crowd and all that? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, the biggest thing, and I've said this a million times, like, we don't want to split experiences because it just creates, like, among other things, like, just splitting people splitting a population is just hard on servers. It's bad. Like, it's not a good thing. So, we want to encourage wherever the participation can happen collectively all together. So that's a vague way of answering you, but like, there's a lot of things we liked about last year's system over 18 and vice versa, so we'll make adjustments where we think we have the best experience.
So basically what he's saying here is that splitting the park population is bad, which means he's alluding that park rep is not going to happen. Or okay, that's not true. Park rep could happen, but separate parks, like, that's not going to happen, because he's saying that causes lag or whatever. Basically throughout, as you'll see throughout the clips and throughout the video, he alludes to essentially the neighborhood is back.
One of the questions was, like, when you reach a high overall,
Yeah.
Let's say you're on with your friends, all of y'all are 96 overall, 95s overall, but nobody wants to play you because you've got to protect the house, king of the court. They already know that you're a monster,
Yeah.
and so you'll get 2 or 3 games you win, and then nobody else wants to play you. So one of the suggestions that I've heard,
they should want to play you.
I'm a different kind of guy. I like to play
people
competition.
Being
right.
pussies.
I'm all about competition. It's all good. But no, like, a lot of people complain that they can't get games because after they play 2 or 3 games, nobody wants to play them. They have to leave the neighborhood. So one of the suggestions was, having some sort of matchmaking for 3v3 or matchmaking? Is there any of that kind of stuff going on in 2K?
3v3 matchmaking?
Like not to replace the neighborhood by any means, but people were suggesting
that's sort of what JRC is supposed to be, right?
True. I think what I'm saying is, like, you know, people are playing like 3v3 and they can't get games. I don't have that problem because I got a YouTube logo, right? I've never really had that problem. I come out there and there's a lot of people that want to play, but I know there's a lot of people that have that issue. So they're talking about how they can't get games and things like that. So that's just something I wanted to,
I hear you.
bring to your attention, because I know there's been some suggestions, and you know, I don't know, an option for matchmaking doesn't sound like a bad idea if they get the games, but at the same time, I understand you were talking about earlier, you guys don't want to separate people's experience.
Yep.
So I get that too.
Yeah, it's
but
a little
you
bit
brought
of
up
both.
JRC.
But that's sort of what JRC was put together for, you know, as kind of a replacement of crews and in years past and all that stuff. Like, that's the whole purpose of the JRC. Again, we want to try to segment splitting as much as possible. What's great about the neighborhood is, Sophie, stop. What's great about the neighborhood is that, you know, everybody's out here trying to court conquer, be the best neighborhood player that there is. So, you know, speaking of guys,
some people were saying that
an
easy fix.
What's that?
Some people were saying an easy fix could be just hiding the rep, like maybe hiding the rep, or their. You know, some people were saying hide their
stats.
Their stats, hide their rep or hide the record.
Well,
so that way people are not.
We have a different way of handling it, but yeah, trust me. It's funny because, you know, we're right before the. Well, we're still about a month away, but from talking about how all that stuff is going to be handled. So this is all your speculation, and I appreciate it.
Right.
When you see what we end up doing, I think you'd be like, "Whoa, I didn't even think about that." Remember, you and I have talked about this a million times. Remember, years ago when you were at your first community team up, you would have never concepted the park. You would have never concepted the neighborhood.
No, we were playing 3v3 on the rooftop back then,
right? Like, so we always have answers, innovative ways. People always go back to the past, right? Like, they're always like, "Oh, we want Jordan challenges, or we want crew, or we want affiliations, or we want whatever it is." We always have a more innovative way of doing things. Like, nobody would have even. I remember talking to you about what ended up being the neighborhood before the neighborhood came out, and I was like, what if everybody got to play against everybody? And that, what I was alluding to was the neighborhood.
Right.
You know, we have a solution for what you're talking about that, frankly, the community, no one has even thought of, because that's our job, to innovate and think about, you know, the next way we're going to handle some of the challenges that people see. It's a year-to-year game, and I don't think anybody innovates as much as us. There's another game coming out this week that doesn't sound like it's innovated very much. So
we're gonna leave it right there. We're not gonna let you get
percentage and they'll just run away and try to find bombs, amateur ones. So what they end up doing is they'll just run away. So Ronnie basically said in a nutshell, for some reason he brought up that he loves the neighborhood, how everyone's together and stuff, and then he started talking about how Jordan Rec is the solution, was supposed to be the solution, but it's not, because that's 5v5, and really, at least for me, I don't usually have 5 people on to play at a time. I'm just trying to play 2s. So like matchmaking for 2s would be cool. Matchmaking for 3s would be cool. Not Jordan Rec, but I mean Jordan Rec is still good, but it's whatever. But then he brought up that he has a solution for that particular issue, or they do. 2K has a solution. Have a solution for that particular issue, and the solution they have for that particular issue is something that no one's ever thought about before, which is really interesting to me, because He's basically just confirmed that he's like, literally what he said was, no one's thought about this before, and that it's a new, their job is to innovate, and that they're innovating, and that basically for 2K20 they'll have a new system for where people won't be able to run away or won't run away. I don't know if they'll be able to run away, and that they have a new system that's never been seen before. So I mean, that's great news. If it actually delivers, he could just be hyping it up. So I don't know, but that got me a bit excited because that's a big problem for for everyone. And yeah, so let's move on to the next video.
Your point. You don't have to do that
Right.
much in the game. I'm like being careful with what I say without giving everything away, but
Right. I know, because we're still really early. I want to preface that.
No, but you're onto something for sure. Like, we recognize that as an issue. You don't know what builds you're building until you build them in 19. So we want to give you the opportunity to figure that out early and really get happy with a build that you can get on board with for the entire cycle.
Yeah, but that sounds good. That sounds good. It sounds like there's going to be some opportunities for us to kind of figure some things out.
Totally.
As opposed to making a build and then being stuck and then feeling bad that we made something that just didn't work out. Because there's a lot of parameters, you know, when you have to consider your arm length and your weight.
Yep. I know.
Mess around and make the wrong build and you put $50 to them already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what about that too? Like, is there going to be?
It's hard to divest. No, 100%. Wow.
Right.
No,
is there going to be?
I'm totally with you.
What about changes to like? What about like the microtransactions? Are there going to be any changes in that department, like in terms of the cost for a poster? Woo, get him!
We're always kind of thinking about how to tweak that and make that better. You know, one thing is like to your whole like millions of bill thing. Like, we got to figure out, why am I collapsed on the floor right now?
Sorry. Oh, what?
Yeah,
he's got to be a slasher.
I don't know how they made either of the best they made. You know, trying to find some sort of ability to, across your multiple builds, like, do stuff that you don't have to duplicate a bunch of times. Like, so I would definitely think that that's going to be something that the people love. Look, we take all this feedback seriously, and I just.
What he's saying here, this is pretty cool. He's saying that he notices that he realized, or 2K realized that big issue was that you'd have to feel what a build looks like. You'd have to put in $50 and buy the VC, or $66.99, some Canadian or whatever. You'd have to put in the money. You'd have to buy the VC, and only then you know if it's good or bad. I mean, you go off YouTube videos, but you don't actually know if you want to like enjoy, if you're going to enjoy it until that happens. So he alluded to the fact that it was an issue. And that it seems like the demo is going to allow you to make the builds and then just play through them, see if you like it. So then before the game comes out, you're able to you know exactly what build you want, maxed out with badges and stuff like that, and then boom, you can just use it. So that's awesome. It seems like there'll be a way. It might not be in the demo, but there'll be a way for you to. There'll be a way to know what build you want to make and what it plays like. So that
for anybody. I'm
phenomenal.
playing bad defense.
I mean, just like, I think it's important for us, as cool as the neighborhood is, as much fun as people have with it, to get back to the core basketball authentic experience, and that really starts with career. So I'm really excited to see what people say about our career experience this year. I just ran into the same.
That sounds good. That sounds real good. Come up here and set a screen. I'm gonna lob it up to you.
Oh, you're wide open. Called it.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, if you're telling me that there's been some big improvements to my career, that's definitely wanted to a certain extent, because a lot of people were complaining about my career getting to be a little bit redundant, too repetitive.
Yeah, I
times.
totally agree with that. So I think that's where people are really gonna enjoy the experience. For sure.
He fouled me. Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. I know that you've been wanting to talk about my career. Yo.
Yeah. I mean, that's the authentic core basketball experience. That's why people got into 2K. That's why people play 2K so much now. Is it's about the basketball experience, it's the locker room, all that stuff. Like, so, I think people are really gonna appreciate some of the changes we made there.
Yeah. Make that, buddy.
So finally, this kind of ended on a bad note. What he's saying is basically they focused on my career, like the storyline, and like my career playing, and not the neighborhood or park. But I mean, I'm certainly open to a shot. You know, whether it's good or it's bad. I'll probably give the my career a shot, especially if it's good. It'll probably be good based off how he's saying it, but I really care about the park. So I mean, that's up to. If that's good, I'll be happy as long as the neighborhood and park and the mainly just the park. I care about that the most. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you have any feedback, leave in the comment section below or any thoughts. Yeah, that's about it. Thought this would be a cool video to talk about the new news that was leaked by Ronnie the other night from the stream. So yeah.